opening day at the tip shop times 10. Where the CDs and stuff go? Being interviewed about something? Alright, I've found quite a bit of stuff, so the rest is just a leisurely cruise, so I'll probably do a bit more filming.
Rarities, we have a limited edition copy of the classic racing yachts in Australian waters. This is a first edition, 920 copies. This particular edition is number 195. So it's signed by the author and artist.
That was the voice of Bookfest. We hang out in the high quality section. This is a high quality section. There are 3 sections at Bookfest. The $1 section, $2.50 section, and the high quality section. High quality section is where everything is individually priced. I don't spend a lot of time in this section. I definitely don't buy anything here. $1 section, $2.50 sections are usually better. You know, it's fun to just look around.
Oh, there's another section that we haven't been to yet.
By far the most heavily congested area is that DVD section over there. By far the most heavily congested area is that DVD section over there. Cool, they have so much. For the prices, I'd rather shop at Cash's. He's here every year in that same costume. Alright, it's the $2.50 section where everything is $2.50. Hey! Oh, oops. Nope. Certain sections with Twilight books. You always see people sitting on the ground counting their stuff. Getting the deals off. Ooh, beauties. That was a good one. Pick up, not just a disc. I want to get a look at this guy. He's wearing a gas mask. Saw him here last year as well.
If you are looking for a particular Italian
I wonder what that guy's story is. Just found this guy amongst the CDs and software. Very good find. If there's any more. Hey everyone, it's the Secret of My House bidding you welcome to another great video, or I think this might be a little more than halfway through the video, I think, because I'm putting in the game hunting footage with this as well, so this is all the pickups I have from Bookfest, and that's just from day one. I'm planning on going back on the final day of Bookfest, which will be the sale day, where everything is super cheap, so if anyone who doesn't know, I will quickly explain Bookfest. Bookfest is a big charity convention thingy where the charity known as Lifeline, which is the people who run the Australian suicide prevention hotlines, good people, they empty out their warehouses full of stock for their op shops or thrift stores and put it all into the convention center just on tables, and you get to buy them for heavily discounted prices. And they have 3 sections. First one is the $1 section, which is where I spend most of my time. They have the $2.50 section, and the high quality section, where everything is just individually marked. And I managed to get there basically as soon as it opened, or a few minutes beforehand, and I went straight into the $1 section because that's where I thought they would be keeping these guys, the PlayStation 1 games, with the CDs and software, but they had moved all of the CDs and software to the $2.50 section, which I did not know, so the next place I checked was the high quality section, thinking, well, maybe they've moved them all into there. No go, but I did see a bunch of resellers or dealers grabbing all of the DVDs and not really checking what the prices on them were, so you saw people buying like 10 different seasons of The Simpsons for $10 each, not knowing that they'd have to pay $100 for all of them, so kind of funny. And they moved the majority of the DVDs to the high quality section, and they were $5 and up, so I'm not willing to pay that for DVDs. I like paying $2.50 for DVDs, that's fine if there's one I find that I like, but $5 up and up, it's like a lot of them were $8, $10, that's too much for me. I'd rather just buy them for $2 in a cash converters. So the last section I checked was the $2.50 section, and that's where I finally found the CDs and software, though by the time I got there, some guy was digging through all of them, and he had picked up most of the PlayStation 1 games, so I was lucky to get these. I honestly was, because he must have passed over them, not seeing them, but I got these for $2.50 each, and I was happy to have them. We have Final Fantasy IX. I've been looking for this one for a long time. I have Final Fantasy VII, don't have Final Fantasy VIII yet, but this is Final Fantasy IX, and opening this up, I thought maybe the person left it or something because it wasn't complete, but nope. It is complete. All 4 discs, plus the manual, plus the little registration thing. So, for $2.50, that's a very good deal on that, very good. Also grabbed The Emperor's New Groove for $2.50, complete. Aladdin in Nasira's Revenge, $2.50 complete, and The Fifth Element for $2.50 complete. So, they all add to the PlayStation 1 collection, ever growing. I am still looking for every game on the PlayStation 1, but it's going to take a while. Oh, and I'm burning mosquito coil, so that's what the smoke is. Can you believe someone had the gall to call me a druggo in a previous video? Because the screen was smoking up? Ah, man, some people. But, it was kind of strange to see the dealers still grabbing every single PlayStation 1 game for $2.50, because you're definitely taking more of a hit on a PlayStation 1 game for $2.50 than you would be for $1 like you would normally. Because usually they have all of the CDs and software in the $1 section. That's why I went to the $1 section first off, so you know, hopefully the person buying them, hopefully he's able to sell them for $2 for more than he bought them for. I don't like the idea of someone buying something and then not being able to sell it, even if they are a reseller or something, you know. I wish them no ill luck. Also found this guy, which is pretty cool. I know he's going to like this. It is the Planet of the Apes collection on video cassette. It has Planet of the Apes, Escape from the Planet of the Apes, Beneath the Planet of the Apes, Battle of the Planet of the Apes, and Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, which is exactly 4 more movies than I knew were in the Planet of the Apes series, so I'll give those a watch at some point. That was $2.50 and I was happy to pay that. The rest of these all came from the $1 section, and I paid $1 each for them. A bunch of big box PC games that I was able to find before someone else got to them. We have Zombie Wars, which is the 2nd game in the Halloween Harry series. Very cool game. I haven't gotten a chance to test any of these out yet because I need to set up DOSBox on my PC to run them all. But it's cool, just get them. Fatal Illusion, the Cluedo Chronicles. This is a cool one. This is one that I was able to run straight off. Blade Runner, that is so cool. I remember Metal Jesus Rocks years and years ago saying that there was a Blade Runner game on the PC that was supposed to be really good. And apparently this is it, so for $1, I'm happy to have it. Also grabbed, they gave me this for 50 cents for some reason. I think they thought it was a children's book, which it kind of is. And children's books in the $1 section are 2 for $1, so Garfield A Weekend Away. I enjoy reading Garfield comics. And also found Nations Fighter Command. This is worth a little bit of money, so good to pick it up for $1. And this is the one that's probably worth the most, and I will be selling it. Chronicles of Pern Dragon Riders, and it is complete. It's supposed to be worth around $30, I think. So to get it for $1, very cool. I bought this because I know it's also on the Dreamcast. And the Dreamcast game is supposed to be fairly decent from what I remember, but not great. So I was able to get a little bit of stuff. Also, I have another Garfield comics in there. I did buy a few books, but I'm not sure if you guys are interested in those. I bought a comic book for Blade Runner, actually. The comic book kind of novelization of Blade Runner. Like, I know Blade Runner is based on a short story anyway, so it's kind of weird to say the novelization of it, but yeah, that's what it is. It's a comic book for Blade Runner. I also bought the novelization for the movie Alien, so that should be interesting to read. I have been reading it, it's very cool. It kind of goes more in-depth for the characters of Alien, which is very cool. I like to see that. And I got out of there fairly cheap. I think in total I spent less than $20, so we have 10 there, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, $16. I spent $16 at Bookfest, which I thought was a good deal for all of that stuff. You know, that's worth $16 on its own after all. And just today, a few hours ago actually, I bought a lot of Xbox games off of Gumtree, and the lady wanted $1 each for these, or all of them for $3, so realistically for 50 cents each I got Lego Star Wars, the video game, V8 Supercars Australia 2, Aussie exclusive bitches, Shrek 2, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and an Xbox 360 game, Deepak Chopra's Leela, Body, Mind, Spirit, Play. And they threw on a PC game, I Spy Mystery, so 50 cents each. I was very happy to pick those up. I'll have to try the V8 Supercars one out later. I enjoy my racing games, so there'll be something fun and interesting to try out, so that's all for this week. That's all I've been able to find. I am going to go back to Bookfest later on in this week, but for now I'll probably just edit this, upload this, and keep the masses happy. So it's the secret of my house bidding you farewell. Stay good. And that's all, folks.